Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about A Journal for Jordan. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Our main actor here, Mr. Michael B. Jordan. You all know who he is at this point, but I'll also go over his track record a little bit. So yeah, Michael B. Jordan, first recognized him from Chronicle, a movie I love and I think deserves more attention. He made that. He was part of that. Then he did Fruitvale Station, Fanforstic. Let's skip that. And then he did Creed, which really opened a lot of people's eyes to him. And then the big one, the biggest one, Black Panther, one of the biggest movies of all time, and he was the main villain of that movie as a Killmonger. So yeah, his stock went up dramatically with a movie like that. And then Creed 2 did very well, and then Just Mercy didn't do too great. Tom Clancy's Well Remorse, that was supposed to be theatrical, but that went to Amazon Prime, where apparently did well over there, so I guess we can count that. So yeah, like in recent years, like dude has been on it when it comes to movies with like the Creed movies and Black Panther. Like he's instantly recognizable. So that's an easy pro right there. Another pro is the director here is Denzel Washington. Yes, he's a director too. He's not just an actor. All right. So his directing credits. His last two, we'll see. There's Antoine Fisher that only did Great Debaters did okay. His biggest, easiest Fences that did pretty well considering how crowded the 2016 Christmas season was. It made money, and plus it got Viola Davis an Oscar. So, yay. So his last movie did quite well around the same time as also cannot talk today. Around Christmas. So it makes sense this is opening around the same time. Yeah, Denzel, even though he's directing this, he's a recognizable name, particularly with his acting stuff. Equalizer, Safe House, American Gangster, Remember the Titans. What am I missing? Uh, Man on Fire. I know that's a fan favorite. Inside Man, Book of Eli, Unstoppable, Safe House. Well, I already mentioned that. Flight. Blah blah blah. Like dude is recognizable and he's a draw. His name is a draw. He can get people to watch the movie just from his name alone. Not too many people can do that nowadays. So that's impressive. And that might help this movie to an extent, even though he's behind the camera instead of in front of it. So I would consider that a pro, Denzel Washington's name. So yeah, that's a pro. Another pro, Christmas release date, even though it's on a Saturday this year, which is weird. Christmas can be a good time for a movie like this, even though some movies don't do that great, but some do extremely well. So, yeah, like Christmas is one of the most lucrative days of the year, and it'll be especially hectic this year with, you know, all the movies that are currently out right now, which I will discuss when we get to the cons. But yeah, Christmas release date, how is that a bad thing? So, yeah, that's a pro right there. Oh, is there anything else I can say when it comes to pros? Not really. Okay. Cons. Ugh, the reviews for this are not good. They're like in the low 40s, which is terrible considering it's obvious this is like an Oscar baity movie, and yeah, that's is dead in the water when it comes to that. But yeah, just bad reviews in general don't usually help a movie succeed at all. They make people stay away from the movies. Although actually I just realized another pro with this movie. The target audience to an extent. Actually that could be a pro, or I'll make that its own thing. But yeah, reviews are not going to help this movie, so that's a con. But the next thing is neither a pro or a con. Is that the target audience for this movie's obviously geared towards, African Americans. And, you know, with the right movie, they can show up in droves. I mean, look at Black Panther. Like, I don't even need to explain that. But yeah, if you make the right movie for them, they'll show up. But on the flip side, they didn't show up to respect. And that was about Aretha Franklin. Nobody watched that in August. That bombed completely. So, what chance does this movie have in comparison to that? Besides the Christmas release date. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know if the target audience is gonna show up or not. I mean, I know apparently I read like about a monthish ago, a couple weeks ago, it had like limited screenings and it's sold out. So that's good, I guess. But I don't know if I don't know at this point. What I do know is a con is that the target audience can. It's actually more of a con because the target audience recently just isn't showing up. So that's a con. Another con is the fact that adult dramas have been doing horrendous this year. The biggest one, the only one that's really done well, is House of Gucci. That's it. Even that movie's only done okay ish. Everything else, bomb. I mean, look at King Richard. Sure, it was a part of the HBO Max experiment. Doesn't matter. It tanked and it tanked hard, and that had Will Smith attached to it. So if that can't do well, then how is this going to do much better? So yeah, that's a con right there. Adult dramas have done really bad. Although this will probably do better than most, it still won't do great. So that's a con. Um, any other cons I can think of? Well, yeah, competition. Duh, like competition is so extreme, it's ridiculous. You got the big movie destroying everything in Spider-Man: No Way Home. And under that, you have Sing 2, you have Resurrections. Should I even mention The Kingsman? That movie's pretty much dead at this point. I'll just mention it just to be nice. Kingsman. Then the same day as this, you got American Underdog and Licorice Pizza. So I guess there's Nightmare Alley too. Nobody's watching that anyway, so why even mention it? Same goes for West Side Story. Those movies are doomed. But yeah, that's way too many movies coming out at once. And when you have so many movies come out at once, it's only natural that some of those movies will fall through the cracks. And will this be one of them? We'll see. But its chances aren't, they're not great. So yeah, competition is a easy con here. Another con is the placement of the release date. Christmas is on a Saturday this year. This movie can't open on a Friday because Friday is Christmas Eve, and yikes, like who wants to open on Christmas Eve? Like no one wants to do that. So, uh, yeah, it's weird because, again, like I said, American Underdog, this doesn't happen often. Like, this doesn't happen ever. Like this only happened a few times this century, like this millennium. I think like 2004 and 2010. And I think maybe once with like Brother Bear in '03. And that was because of Halloween. So, yeah, the other times were for because of Christmas. Like in 2010, we had Golfer's Travels, which did terrible. And then, like in 2004, we had What Fat Albert. And I don't think those are comparable to this. Definitely not. But what am I supposed to do? Why don't I have too many comparisons? So yeah, it's just weird because it just cuts a whole day out of the weekend. Now next weekend we'll see how it's really doing. But for these 2 days, it is weird. It's unnatural. So I'm gonna consider that a con, the unnatural release date. Because you only got 2 days instead of three, and that's gonna hurt. At least for a little bit. Anything else I can say? Really? I mean, uh, yeah, I think that's it. That's all I can think of. So, opening weekend for 2 days. Christmas being Saturday, day after Christmas being Sunday. For American Underdog, I said 8 for the 2 days. For this, I'm gonna go a little lower. $6 to $7 million. I think I think that's fair. Maybe it might do worse than that, but I'm gonna go with 6 or 7 million for the 2 day weekend. And then it's total, I don't know, man. 30 to 40 million dollars. That's what I'm going with. So yeah, I think that's reasonable enough. So yeah. That's it for that. Now, one more movie to talk about for Christmas, and that movie is Lick. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. Licorice Pizza. That's the last movie I get to talk about, and then that'll be it for 2021. You won't see me again until January 7th, which is quite a while from now. That's like a good 2 weeks. So yeah, but that's usually what happens. No movie releases New Year's weekend. Like, who does that? So yeah. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage for all previous predictions I've done for the year, all the adult movies, including Respect. Done all of them, at least all the ones that were released wide, all the ones that tanked. So if you want to watch any of those, you can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I didn't cover this because I didn't think it was that important, but Journal for Jordan was supposed to be like a platform release. Like, it was supposed to be in limited, like the 10th of December, and then expand wide on Christmas, but they forgoed that entirely and were just like, just release it on Christmas wide. I don't know if that'll work out, but who knows? But uh yeah, but other than that, I didn't really cover it once in detail at least. So but yeah, if you want to watch any of the past canceled episodes, all 98 of them. The most recent one I did was the most predictable delay ever with John Wick 4. So you want to watch that video and all the others, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. December recap will come out within the first week of the new year. I'm also doing a two-part 2021 recap where I cover the theatrical side of things and the streaming side of things because the line has been blurred, was blurred quite a lot this year. So I think it'll be a pretty interesting discussion. So stay tuned for those three recaps. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've done, particularly the ones from this year, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.